Classification of faults. Faults in geology refer to fractures or zones of weakness in the Earth's crust where rocks on either side have moved relative to each other. These movements can occur due to tectonic forces, and the classification of faults is essential for understanding the nature of these movements and their impact on the Earth's surface. Faults are broadly categorized based on the direction of movement, the nature of the stress causing the movement, and the relative motion of the rocks on either side. Here's a more detailed classification. Based on movement direction. Normal faults, these occur when rocks are pulled apart due to extensional forces. The hanging wall, the block above the fault plane, moves downward relative to the footwall, the block below the fault plane. Normal faults are common in divergent plate boundaries. Reverse faults, thrust faults, these result from compressional forces that push rocks together. The hanging wall moves upward relative to the footwall. Thrust faults have a low-angle fault plane and are often associated with convergent plate boundaries and mountain-building processes. Strike-slip faults, in these faults, the rocks on either side move horizontally along the fault plane with little vertical movement. Strike-slip faults are characteristic of transform plate boundaries, such as the San Andreas Fault in California. Based on dip of the fault plane. Dip-slip faults, these faults involve movement parallel to the dip of the fault plane. Normal and reverse faults are examples of dip-slip faults. Strike-slip faults, these faults involve horizontal movement along the strike of the fault plane. Based on relative motion. Right-lateral and left-lateral faults, these terms describe the horizontal movement of blocks on either side of a fault. In a right-lateral fault, the block on the opposite side appears to move to the right when viewed from an observer standing on one side of the fault, and vice versa for left-lateral faults. Based on fault geometry. Listric faults, these are normal faults that flatten with depth. The dip of the fault decreases with depth, resulting in a curved fault plane. Wrench faults, these are strike-slip faults with an oblique component, causing rotational movement. They are often associated with complex tectonic settings. Understanding these fault classifications is crucial for geologists, seismologists, and other earth scientists, as it provides insights into the tectonic processes shaping the Earth's crust, helps assess seismic hazards, and aids in resource exploration and development. The study of faults contributes significantly to our comprehension of the dynamic and ever-changing nature of the Earth's lithosphere. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications, like my videos and write comments under my videos.